But today, the money was not for him. It was for the test. He wanted to know something the world never showed him, what kindness looked like when there was no reward. He wanted to see who would help a man they believed had nothing. Adjusting the sack on his shoulder, he walked slowly toward the chaos of the market. The air was thick with the smell of fried food, spices, and sweat. Traders shouted prices at the top of their lungs, bargaining with customers over tomatoes, yams, and fish. No one looked at him twice. To them, he was invisible, a hungry, broken man with nothing to offer. The test begins now. The sun scorched his skin as he walked deeper into the bustling market. His empty stomach growled loudly, though it wasn't real hunger, at least not yet. He had eaten a heavy meal that morning. But this wasn't about food. It was about humility. "Madam, please," his voice cracked, soft and almost broken. "I haven't eaten all day. Can you spare me a little food?" The woman turned sharply, her eyes scanning him from head to toe. Her lips curled with disgust. "Go and work," she snapped. "Do I look like I'm running a free kitchen? Move away." Her voice was loud enough for nearby customers to hear. They chuckled. One of them muttered, "Lazy beggars everywhere." He whispered, "Thank you," and walked away, his heart heavy. Everywhere he turned, the response was the same. Cold eyes, harsh words, mocking laughter. One woman spat on the ground and said, "Lazy man, go and look for work. Hunger never kills anybody." Hours passed. He walked the market like a shadow, asking politely, humbling himself again and again, but all he got was rejection. Some people ignored him as if he didn't exist. Others cursed him. A group of teenagers pointed at him, laughing loudly. One shouted, "See this dirty man. Looking for free food." They mimicked his voice until tears stung his eyes. His throat was dry now. The seller didn't even glance at him. "If you don't have money, keep moving." He staggered to a broken bench at the edge of the market and sat down, staring at the dusty ground. His chest tightened, not from hunger, but from heartbreak. He had always believed people were naturally kind. But what he saw today was cruelty hidden in plain sight. He buried his face in his hands and whispered to himself, "Is this what the poor go through every day? Rejection after rejection, like they are not even human?" But the test was not over. He stood, dusted off his torn trousers, and walked back. It started with murmurs. "That madman is still roaming around," someone said. He ignored it and kept walking, searching for one more chance at kindness. Then came the first stone. It hit his arm with a sharp sting. He turned, startled. A group of men approached, their faces twisted with anger, sticks in their hands. "You think you can just hang around here begging all day?" one of them shouted. He raised his hands slowly. "Please. I mean no harm. I'm just hungry." "Shut up," another barked. "Lazy fool. Instead of working, you're here disturbing people." He tried to step back, but they rushed forward. A stick swung and struck his shoulder. Pain shot through him. Instinct took over. He ran. The market exploded with noise. He walked slowly toward a small stall under the blazing sun. His legs felt heavy, his body weak, and his spirit bruised from all the humiliation he had endured. The wooden table in front of the stall held bunches of bananas, neat piles of oranges, and a few mangoes shining in the sunlight. "Madam, please, I haven't eaten since morning. Can you spare me one fruit?" She sighed deeply and shook her head. "Ah, my brother," she said, her voice tired. "I can't help you. I barely sell enough to feed my children. Please go. I'm sorry." Her tone was firm, but there was no harshness in it. Then he turned and walked away, his heart sinking further. But before he had taken 10 steps, he heard her voice call out, "Wait. My brother, come back." He turned. The woman was standing behind her table now. "Take this," she said softly. "It's not much." His eyes burned with tears he fought to hide. "Madam," his voice cracked, "thank you. Thank you so much." She smiled faintly and waved him off. "Go on now. Eat and be strong." He turned away, walking slowly at first, clutching the small note tightly. But when he had gone about 10 steps, he stopped. He stood still for a moment, breathing deeply. Then, a small smile spread across his face, followed by a laugh that grew louder and louder until it turned into a joyful roar that made people nearby stare in confusion. He spun around and walked back toward the woman, still laughing. She frowned, puzzled. "My brother, what is it? Why are you laughing like this?" He stopped in front of her table, still grinning from ear to ear. Then he raised his hands and pointed toward the corners of the market. "Do you see those people over there?" he asked. The woman looked around, confused. "What people?" "Those cameras," he said, still smiling. "There, and there." Her eyes widened as she followed his finger and saw 3 cameras hidden in plain sight, one behind a stack of baskets, another mounted on a nearby shop wall, and one on a tripod disguised with a cloth. A man was adjusting a lens. She gasped, covering her mouth. "Cameras? What is going on?" He reached into his torn shirt, pulled out a small microphone, and held it up. The marketplace froze. People who had mocked him earlier, those who had laughed, cursed, and chased him away, now stood rooted to the ground, their mouths firm but filled with emotion. This was a test. A test of kindness. "I came here dressed like this to see who would help a man with nothing. And out of everyone in this entire market, only you, madam, gave something." Gasps filled the air. People turned to each other in shock. Some covered their faces in shame. The same men who had lifted sticks to beat him now lowered their heads. He reached for the sack he had carried all day and unzipped it slowly. The crowd leaned in, eyes wide, as stacks of crisp notes appeared, bundles of money arranged neatly. People murmured louder. He lifted the sack and placed it on her table. Then he grabbed her basket of fruits and raised it high. "Everybody, come," he shouted. "Free fruits for everyone." The crowd erupted in cheers. Children screamed with excitement, running forward. Women who had earlier turned him away now laughed nervously as they reached for fruits. Men who had mocked him moments ago held out their hands eagerly. He gave them everything: bananas, oranges, mangoes, every last fruit the woman had worked so hard to sell. As the basket emptied, he turned back to her. She stood frozen, her hands on her head, tears streaming down her face. Why are you doing this?" she whispered, her voice trembling. He walked closer, smiling gently. "Because you passed the test," he said. "When no one else showed mercy, you did. Even when you admitted you gave. That means more than anything." Then he pulled out a thick bundle of cash from the sack, money wrapped so tightly it looked like a brick, and placed it in her hands. "This is for you," he said softly. "Over 200,000 naira. Close your stall and go home. Today, you will not worry about money." Her knees buckled. She fell to the ground, sobbing uncontrollably. My God," she cried. "This cannot be real." He knelt beside her, lifting her gently. "It's real," he whispered. "You deserve it. Never stop being kind." By now, the entire marketplace was in chaos. People shouting, cheering, filming with their phones. Some ran to touch him, others to apologize, but he paid them no attention. His focus was on the woman, the only person who had chosen compassion over judgment. He hugged her lightly, then turned and began walking away. The cameras followed him as he disappeared into the crowd, leaving behind whispers, shame, and admiration.